What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have lots of exciting updates to unpack today, so hit that subscribe, hit that like. Cardano ADA 24-hour trade volume surpasses $700 million according to CoinGecko. CoinMarketCap ranks Cardano as the 10th most bullish community sentiment at over 88%. X posts mentioning Cardano ADA or SNEK surges to over 1.1 million this week according to Radar. Crazy to see massive social dominance. Bloomberg Intelligence upgrades Grayscale's Cardano ETF approval odds to 75% and says the SEC likely currently views ADA as a commodity. Fantastic. Kraken, serving over 15 million clients, integrates Cardano options trading. Cardano Foundation says this supports institutional demand and enables more sophisticated trading strategies around ADA. Alex Becker says DeFi is about to become one of the hottest investment vehicles in the world. Well, he's Alex, I'm Alex, we're all Alex, and I think he knows the simplicity in recognizing the blue chip potential, the vintage blue chip that is ADA. Starstream, a new UTXO-based virtual machine for Cardano ADA, now has 4 full-time developers to accelerate development, bringing it to mainnet faster given all the interest. Cardano Foundation launches Originate, an open source traceability solution for enterprises and certifiers to verify authenticity and build trust across global supply chains with immutable insights, elevating product integrity. So this is fantastic, built on Cardano, and it will help with logistics. Really good to see, a fantastic use case for Cardano. This is huge, guys. We're hearing more and more about when Midnight is dropping with the Glacier drop. Lace Senior Technical Product Manager Fernando Moreno says the Midnight Glacier drop claim is expected to happen next month. Lace fully supports the Glacier drop and is the main wallet to support Midnight, so I encourage everybody to use Lace for claims. Now, while you don't have to use Lace, and yes, Midnight is still dropping to the 8 blockchains, we're probably going to hear some updates in July when he says expected to happen next month. And we don't know what the details are like pertaining this drop. Glacier drop will be a revolutionary airdrop, so we're going to have to wait and see. Some people think it might just be one and done, but it might be multiple stages, and we don't know what it's like to claim Night token. Not yet, but it's evident that it's going to be between now and October, and maybe we're going to see details in July. It's expected to drop soon. FluidTokens Aquarium for Babel fees is on track to supercharge Cardano transaction volume. They say automated transactions filled almost 50% of some blocks last epoch, and this number will continue to rise. Over 40 million ADA is locked as collateral in active loans across Cardano lending platforms, with Liquid Labs alone accounting for nearly 98%. Most of this is used for stablecoins. Liquid is on a strategic path to 10x ADA collateral locked in active loans with iterative app updates and upcoming product releases. I think this is a very underrated project, and this further showcases why it's so important to drive stablecoins. We'll take a look at stablecoins in a moment. TapTool is reporting that Input-Output proposes a tiered transaction model for Cardano, introducing fee-based prioritization with standard priority and assured lanes, a major shift toward predictable timing and user-selected transaction speeds. I like this idea. According to Sentiment, Cardano now has 4.49 million holders. That's over 1 million more than USDC, making it one of the most widely held assets in crypto. And this is what a grassroots network effect, organic community kind of looks like. And people are, again, they're underestimating Cardano. Well, stablecoins. We have been discussing how Charles was talking about the idea to take about 100 million in ADA from the treasury convert into USDM. And we also touched on this briefly yesterday. Moneta and W3I Software CEO Gillian Plomin says we can facilitate that. This idea of deploying 100 million of ADA from the treasury into USDM to boost Cardano DeFi. And Charles has been talking about, these concerns people have about negative price volatility, negative, price pressure. He says the markets are deep. We could convert 140 million ADA over a week or so without moving the market, using over-the-counter exchanging, right? And time-weighted prices, right? So we can do time-weighted, we can do OTC. It's a false narrative. Time-weighted average pricing. What is killing Cardano is our stablecoin situation. This would start to solve it, generate some non-inflationary revenue for the treasury, and help build up our DeFi economy. And one example I used was imagine you play Age of Empires. You got maximum resources, but you refuse to build a building or a unit. How do you expect to see growth, right? It has to be done with, responsibly and whatnot. But in a moment, you'll see what I mean, and it's regarding Ripple. President Trump says we will be working to create clear and simple market frameworks that will allow America to dominate the future of crypto and Bitcoin. And in that segment, he was also saying and highlighting the Bitcoin reserve, but also the digital asset stockpile, which I think is going to still play a significant role moving forward. Senator Cynthia Lummis says unfair tax laws are making Bitcoin and digital asset payments difficult and impractical. We need to fix these provisions in reconciliation. I agree. These things are really pushing innovation outside the United States. What else is going on? Well, we have Coinbase partnering with American Express to launch Coinbase One Card, offering up to 4% Bitcoin back on all purchases. I like this idea. I like Amex. I think making it simple and easy to understand. I don't really like the whole virtual stuff. I think something like this, like a physical card, Amex, 4% back. And imagine how much this will incentivize users to spend, because not only is just the traditional, cash back on your bill, but now you're getting cash back very easy to understand as an appreciating asset. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says it's time to bring crypto trading, innovation, and jobs to the United States. And shout out to Agent 47 for, a blockchain, for, repping blockchain and doing what he can, you know what I'm saying? Now, it's time to talk about why I think it's very important the stablecoin growth and minting more stablecoins with homebrew stablecoins on Cardano. Because we can see that Circle just launched USDC on XRPL natively, expanding their stablecoin network. So today, the announcement was dropped. USDC is now natively live on the XRP Ledger. And if we take a look at RLUSD, RLUSD, guys, is a stablecoin that, let's go ahead and take a look. RLUSD reached about almost 413 million on CoinGecko, according to CoinGecko. So my point is that how do we expect for USDC and USDT to come and join us, to integrate on us, if we're also unwilling to invest in our ecosystem? Because with Ripple, they offered to acquire Circle, but it didn't go that way, and they did an IPO, very successful. And then they also, before that, did RLUSD. And so we need to nurture our own ecosystem, and that might actually open the door for negotiation with USDC, with USDT, right? Having the right attitude, approaching with kindness and meekness, growing our ecosystem, and then we can do it. But if we just sit here and just moan and groan, it's not going to happen. I don't think so. So guys, ADA is coming down. It's just been nosediving right now. Bitcoin, ADA, and whatnot. It is what it is, right? You see the news dropped for Ripple, right? This is a perfect example. This fantastic news dropped today. And what do we see? Ripple go from 2.32 to 2.18. So The dip is felt across the whole ecosystem, and the best news won't save you from that negative price volatility, as we see with Ripple and the USDC news. It doesn't keep their chart going up. It's not an exception. So ADA at 0.659, not bad. Again, if we approach these, I think this is a fantastic fair value range, and I won't hesitate to buy more. Bitcoin at 105.8, not too bad. Everything's looking pretty similar in terms of their dips. Again, I keep harping about Bitcoin dominance needing to tumble to the 50s and 40s range. Russell 2000 index needs to reclaim its previous highs in the 2300 and beyond. And beyond that, we also need legislation, macroeconomics, and whatnot to fall into place. But guys, I think the most exciting thing for me, big shout out, congratulations to Ripple. Hopefully one day we will see more stablecoins come to Cardano, USDC, USDT, USD1, maybe RLUSD as well. I think the highlight for me is definitely this. So take this with a grain of salt in terms of when exactly the Glacier drop claims will open up, but it's expected to happen very soon, and as early as July. So let me know, guys, what you guys think. What are you most excited for? And will we see USDC come to Cardano, given that XRPL was able to pull it off? Smash that subscribe, smash that like. I'll see you guys in the next Angry Crypto Show.